G'day fellas and welcome to another DLC hype video. Today we are taking a look at your options in the Imperial Age as the Knights Templar. You've got three options. Number one, the Kingdom of Poland. Number two, the Teutonic Order. And number three, Republic of Venice. They each offer three different bonuses. Starting with Poland, you've got all cavalry gaining 10% health and 50% charge damage. Keep in mind, charge damage is already higher than base damage, so this is quite a bit of a buff. Then we've got the Teutonic Order giving all gold units receiving +2 melee armor. So I'm going to assume that this means any unit that just costs gold. So your spearmen, your archers, your horsemen are not going to be included in this, but your crossbows, your men-at-arms, they will be included. So that is a decent bonus, definitely towards the late game when you're looking to peak. And then, speaking of peaking, ladies and gentlemen, the Republic of Venice provides a more favorable market exchange and unlocks the Venetian trader. Now, this is quite interesting because we've already seen there is a Venetian ship, and we saw it shelling down one of the keeps in previous footage. So there's multiple units that you get as Venice, which is very cool. So we'll have to wait and see exactly how these bonuses stack up, but every single one of these seems to be a viable choice. I know that in earlier options, there were some that seemed less viable than others, but here these all seem like they make a lot of good sense. We're going to dive into some footage that they've also provided to us, so let's jump into that tweet as well. It says, "To arms, brothers. The Templar brother is expensive." Can I just say I love this name? I don't know too much about the historics behind it, but goodbye. There's a meme that's coming to mind. It's hell yeah, brother, and I'm just thinking Templar brother. The Templar brother is expensive but worth every bit. This armored cavalry unit has high damage and melee armor. With their skills, they become very effective against melee units. So we'll take a look at the footage. It's not the highest of quality. Let's see if we can amp that bad boy up. No, with 720p. That's the best we can do, unfortunately. Let's take a look and see what we get. So we're going to pause it and break it down. So this is the Templar brother. So this here is the Templar brother. It looks somewhat similar to the Cataphract in the way that it's got that armor, but it does have a charge. Notice that it does have a charge. So we see them charging right here, and then there's that little sword that they've got. So they do in fact have a charge despite being heavy cav. And just genuinely looking sick. Have a look at this guy though. Hold on a minute. Who is this guy right here? We've got, he's got a flag on the back. It's a spearman. So this is not a spearman. This is an armored spearman. We're seeing that right now because very clearly it's a spear. He's not using, like, it's not a man-at-arms. It is a spearman. So not only are they revealing us the first unit, the Templar brother, we're seeing a second unit right here as well. A spearman of some sort. I'd be curious to see exactly what Reddit has to say about these guys because they're pretty good when it comes to this. So let's take a look at the Reddit thread and see what they said. So this is an earlier image of the first of the posts that went online where they'd misspelled cavalry, and the top comment is glad that only cavalry units get that bonus. It'd be really strong if it worked on cavalry, which, I mean, you would expect that from Redditors, right? Like they're the type that are going to pick up any kind of misspelling. But we also see some comments here. Camel Lancer charges for up to 4 seconds to gain a 40% charge damage, while the Kingdom of Poland increases this by 50%. Now, I don't know if you can get Camel Lancers. That would be kind of sick if you could get Camel Lancers and you could get the Kingdom of Poland. So I don't think you could stack them up. But, I mean, that just goes to show you just how much damage this is. Because the Camel Lancer charge damage is quite crazy. And it's dependent. It's variable, right? Whereas this is just a guaranteed huge amount of charge. And the other thing to note is when you're playing into a mechanic like charge, it's very good for taking trades. As an example, like if you think about the Japanese, what do you want to do with the Japanese? Mounted Samurai, they want to charge in, they want to use their deflective armor, and then they just want to get out. And I think it would be the same thing here with the Kingdom of Poland, where you maybe look to charge, get your damage off, and then just kind of back out. And then try and keep just getting off those charges constantly. Let's have a look and see what else we've got. We've got from Gearbra saying, regarding Venetian unique units, this is getting out of hand. There are now 3 of them. There's 3? One's the ship, one's the trader. What's the third? Yeah, that's my question as well. There was some Landsknechte looking units, says Camroth. The sword dudes, right? They get something like Landsknechte with armor. And then Gearbra again says, it's a Spadone wielding armored unit. This guy knows what he's talking about. Most likely going to be called Conditorito? Condoterio. Oh, it kind of reminds me of Age of Empires 3, that kind of name. Like Rodolero, that sort of thing. Templars are going to be popular as hell on ladder in a couple of weeks, lol. Merchant of Venice going to purchase your TCs and landmarks. Yeah, I'm very curious about this. If we just go back to this first picture, so you unlock the Venetian trader. And one of the things that we know about this civilization so far is they already appear to have some sort of trader unit in the Pilgrim. We understand that it generates gold. So I'm curious as to A, whether they'll get traders, and then B, whether the Venetian trader will replace traders for them completely. So that'll be one thing to note, though. But I think for us, like we've already seen the Teutonic Knights, we know they're going to be a part of the Teutonic Order. So this is going to be a big highlight for me moving into this. And I think that's part of what makes this such an interesting decision, is that there's two components. You're not just choosing the bonus that you're getting, you're choosing the unit that you get and the way that synergizes. And you're going to have unit compositions that exist throughout the ages, where it's like, okay, well, we'll go for the Teutonic Order here because we picked A and B on, the Feudal Age and the Castle Age. So it makes sense for us to go for that here. So I wouldn't be surprised if you look to try and get those big synergies. Let's take a look and see what Reddit said about the Templar Brother new unit. They said, are they called Templar Bros? I'm all for that name, honestly. Matches the historical aspect of the Templars being celibate monks and brothers in arms. Well, there you go. Hey, sometimes it gets lonely on campaign and all you have are your bros. Major Freedom coming in hot. Axonum saying, I see 3 new units. Now, I saw 2 new units. What was the third one? Yeah, but the only info we see is about the Templar Brother on horseback. According to the AoE 3 Twitter, it's an expensive unit that excels against melee units particularly and has high health. Yeah, so they mentioned that it had... they said that it had high melee armor. So it has high damage and high melee armor. So high damage is actually really important, because if you think about the way that armor works in Age of Empires 4, it's a static amount, and anything that you do over the top of that, 100% of it goes through as penetration. It's not a percentage. And because of that, high damage scales incredibly well. So if you can have a high damage unit, that is going to be incredibly powerful against armored units. So this is going to do incredibly well against civilizations like the Japanese, the current English or the old English. Anything that wants to make men-at-arms, anything that wants to make armored units, it's just going to do very well. So even against knights, this could be an incredibly powerful unit as well, just because obviously it's got the high damage to get through the armor, and it's got the high melee armor to block out the high damage of the opponent. So let's take a look and see what is coming up next. So, oh yeah, that's right. We wanted to see the third unit, because he mentioned there's a third unit in here. So if we go back to the beginning... Is there a third unit? It's kind of hard to see by the pixels. I'm going to be real with you. So we've got the Templar, bro. Then we've got the Spearman right here. And there's another unit back here, but that could be a different unit. It doesn't look like a Spearman. It could be a Spearman. No, that's a Spearman right there. Because look, the models are different. No, I think you might be right. I think they might be different units. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh no. Is that just the men-at-arms? Look at this guy. Oh no. That's the That's the whatchamacallit. Yeah, it's he's throwing the dagger. No, wait, that's the English. No, the English throw the dagger. Did you just hold on? The new English ones have the dagger throwers. Is that what's that Age of Empires 2 unit? The Age of Empires 2 unit. It's throwing an axe. The throwing axeman. That's the Age of Empires 2 unit. It's the throwing axeman. He's throwing an axe. I can't believe that. Look at, yeah, there it is. There goes the axe. I can tell by the pixels. Okay, so the throwing axeman. So that's 1. And then 2. And then we saw the spearman as well. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Okay, let's. I want to check out and see what Reddit said. Do they pick up that there was an axe being thrown? They get the throwing axeman. Where is the throwing axeman from? I don't know too much about history, so I'll be real with you guys. But I remember in Age of Empires 2, it's the Franks, right? Like the Franks are the one that get access to it. The Antioch Axe Infantry. We already knew the Antioch Axe Infantry and the Angevin Spearmen, but we don't know their names yet. Dude, Age of Estratajax, he is so on the ball with this stuff. I tell you what, every post I see from this guy, he just like absolutely knows exactly what's going on. There are 2 types of spearmen there. Check the hats. That's not new. It's the regular spearman, as the other Templar non-unique unit is. It uses a retextured version of the dude. This guy, he brought receipts. Yeah, everything I see from him, he just absolutely knows what he's talking about. Dante the Elephant. They have unique units other than the Alliance ones. Sick. Yes, they also have a unique men-at-arms with a new type of buff. The glow is not yellow or red like previous buff, but grey. So they also have a bonus while they charge. I'm curious where he got this information from. The other 2 we already knew, the Antioch Axe Infantry. This is where I start to think to myself, like, do you have... I'm starting to think I've got, like, early onset dementia, because I forget, like, the most basic stuff. I'm like, I don't remember any of this. Maybe he's reading from a different hymn sheet. What you're going to do in Templar Brothers, gonna run wild on you. When you look closely to the Antioch axe unit, then you can see that he is throwing axes. So it is an axe throwing unit. That's cool. Indeed, Fluffy Bookkeeper. Anyway, folks, we will leave it there. That was just a quick little video to bring it to you. Do I have early onset dementia? We'll have to wait and see. I'm probably going to need to do a test, though. I tell you what, I worry about it every single day. Anyway, that explains the aliens. No, never. No, that's completely different. Anyway, we'll leave it there. I'm curious what you think, though. Which Imperial Age option are you going to be taking? Kingdom of Poland, Teutonic Order, or the Republic of Venice? I think for me, it's definitely going to be the Teutonic Order, just because I like big numbers. I like big numbers. I cannot lie. +2 melee armor in her eye. That is going to be amazing. Anyway, we'll leave it there, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.